Hi guys, a very good afternoon. Maswerasi. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. So President Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa has placed 13 powerful laws within his personal control, and he has given himself sweeping powers over the Anti-Corruption Commission, Sovereign Wealth Fund, electronics snooping, and the authority to set his own presidential salary in pension. This is according to Dandaro online. So we need to take a look onto what is right here onto the screen. It's very important for us to do so. So this is a statutory instrument 189 of 2023, and it speaks about the assignment of functions for His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Notice 2023. And they say it is hereby notified that His Excellency, the President, in terms of Section 1041 of the Constitution, as read with Section 37.2 of the Interpretation Act, Chapter 101, is reserved to himself the administration of the acts set out in the schedule and the functions conferred on the president by any act serve to the extent that those functions have been assigned to some other minister. The assignment of functions, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Notice 2018, published in Statutory Instrument 212 of 2018, is repealed. And let us take a look onto the acts assigned to the President. Number one, the Anti-Corruption Commission Act, Chapter 922, Act number 13 of 2004. Then the Commissions of Inquiry Act, Chapter 1007, the Emergency Powers Act, Chapter 1104, Honors and Awards Act, Chapter 1011, Interception of Communications Act, Chapter 1120. So which means when there is need to intercept communications or whatever, the president now is in charge of all these things and no longer need to go through the Minister of Information and Communications. And we have the Prevention of Corruption Act, and we have the Presidential Pension and Retirement Benefits Act, Chapter 205. We have the Presidential Powers, Temporary Measures Act, Chapter 1020. We have the Presidential Salary and Allowances Act, which means he can now adjust his salary and his allowances as he deem fit. And the Radiation Protection Act, Chapter 1515, Act number 5 of 2004, the Sovereign Wealth Fund Act, Chapter 2220, Act number 7 of 2014, Zimbabwe Independent Complaints Commission Act, Chapter 1034, number 5 of 2022, Zimbabwe National Security Council Act 2023, Act number 1 of 2023, which means is the president made him fit. So these are the new developments in Zimbabwe. This is what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe at this moment in time. Noise is to change, and the ministers were supposed to act on them, and the president has now taken control of all these acts, and they are now being controlled from one center, which is his office, and he can now give directions of what should happen in terms of corruption, what is going to happen in terms of corruption, because I believe that the Minister of Home Affairs and the Minister of Justice, they were responsible maybe for the issues of Zimbabwe and Corruption Commission, whereas the Minister of Home Affairs was supposed to effect the arrests or to make cause of the arrests of people involved in corrupt activities, whereas the Minister of Justice oversees the judicial proceedings of such things happening together with the prosecution And this is what is happening to Zimbabwe. President Mnangagwa is now in charge. Are we going to see corrupt people being jailed? Are we going to see corrupt people being put to a stop? We do not know, Team Zimbabwe, what is going to happen from now onwards. Then another issue which was raised by other people is the issue of communications interception, which means the president can now intercept any communication directly from his office without the need of the minister, which means they can do so without even notifying anybody, and they can track someone without the knowledge of anybody else, which means people now need to be wise when they are communicating. They have to know what they are communicating about, because they can be intercepted at any moment in time. So it's critical to Zimbabwe. I do not know much about the pension. Does it matter for the president to control the issues of pensions? Because when we have another president, he can come and effect another law in terms of the pension and the benefits of the presidents or the former presidents. Then that one, I believe that there is a provision within the constitution which is so clear about the benefits, the remuneration of the presidents and also the former presidents and how they're supposed to be paid, which means a new president can come and say, I'm earning $100 a month, which means Bangladesh will go the same way. So I believe that that is not a cause of concern so much in terms of the pensions. But we do not know in Zimbabwe about the Sovereign Wealth Fund and so forth, because he's now in charge of the Sovereign Wealth Fund, he's now in charge of key laws and key institutions. We are going to continue watching and see what is going to happen. And the other question is, what is his agenda? Are there sabotages within ZANU-PF? Is he trying to get rid of the people who have been sabotaging him? Because ZANU-PF has been saying we are being sabotaged. And the question is, who is or who was sabotaging the president? So a lot is happening in Zimbabwe, in the nation of Zimbabwe at this juncture. So many things are happening and they don't have any explanation. The government is heading in a different direction, and I don't know if they are going to be able to steer it back into the right direction. The way the laws are being mutilated, guys, Zimbabwe, but let us and bring transparency, jailed and are put behind bars. And the other issue is about the sentence. How are they going to deal with the sentencing of corrupt people? It's another issue. It is what it is. My name is Ronald Ukomakusha.